Hello everyone and welcome. This is General History and this is part 17 of our Panzer Corps 2 playthrough. Got up to 17 episodes already. We fought the Operation Crusader mission, which we achieved victory. And now we are advancing forward, more than likely to the second advance of the Germans across North Africa. I'm not really sure what they're going to call this battle in the game. Oh, okay, so we skip a little bit.
They pushed us too far, and it's time to strike back. Fortunately for you, Rommel has got an ingenious plan that I fully endorse, and now I want you to execute it. Instead of crashing directly into the British lines, I want you to launch a decoy attack here, just enough to keep the British busy. While that is happening, hook your main forces through the desert, and then pivot them up and around, striking the British lines on their flank. Be on the lookout for roving patrols of British long-range recon. You don't want your flanking attack revealed prematurely, nor to have your units in transport be ambushed crossing the desert.
Okay, so there was our briefing. So they actually skip a little bit. I'm interested to see why they did that. So we now have combat luck. Combat results can never be worse than predicted. That's actually not a bad thing, especially for an Air Force unit. I might just go ahead and do just that. Give it to a hero unit, to one of my Air Force units. Give him. So oftentimes I do see us not get the results with fighters as we expected. Alright, so let's take a look. We'll definitely give elite replacements to him because he took so many casualties. Maybe this JU-87 as well. And none of my tanks are too bad off. I think I'll give it to this artillery piece. Alright, so we are going back on the offensive. So some of these units I might restructure after we bring everybody up to full strength. That is, I may take a look at redoing some things or putting forces in reserve. There we go. Everybody's back up to full strength. I probably going to put, because I sort of, this thing is really good on the defensive, the 88mm. I don't think it's really going to help me out too much on the offensive. These anti-tank guns, I think, will. And what we're going to do is we're going to move back my Pioneers, because we're definitely going to need them. Move back my Stug. Move back my Bomber. And I want to might put one of, I might just disband actually one of these anti-tank guns and sort of bring back my armored car, my recon car, because I feel like it's going to be helpful in this next battle. Can't really upgrade him, so let's take a look though at tank upgrades. Okay, and we finally get some really good tank upgrades, although now, shoot. You know what? We are going to disband these anti-tank guns. We are also, because we just had some severe upgrades going on here, we can now finally bring in the longer barreled Panzer IVs, although it's going to cost us 2 core points. But it's going to make a significant difference. Look at that hard attack against tank difference that this makes. We are going to go ahead and we have the money, so we might as well upgrade to the G, which is also added. The Germans also added additional armor to the G, over the F. So that significantly helps out our tank presence. We can also upgrade to the long-barreled, although that's going to take... Ooh, we may need to look at some of our forces, because I definitely want to upgrade my tank units. What other upgrades do we have available to us? Do we have fighter upgrades? We do have fighter upgrades as well. That's not going to cost anything in terms of core slots, so let's go ahead and look at that. Get these fighters upgraded to the newest version, the G, which definitely significantly helps their attack against air units. So those problems we were having with the Spitfire might be relieved a little bit. We can also upgrade BF-110s to the Gs, which is again going to help across all fields, including defense. I don't think no, those guys can't. We could upgrade our Storch to the let's see what the difference is. Does this mean it can fight? No, it can't fight, but it does give me armor. It does give me armor, and it can go a little bit farther. So I might as well upgrade the Storch to the 109 variant. And can I upgrade my bomber? I can as well, but it's going to cost a core slot for that as well. So a lot of core slot upgrades this battle. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and move this guy back to reserve. As much as I would love, in fact, no, you know what, I'm going to move my armored car back to reserve is what I'm going to do. I'm okay with having all the infantry that I have, because I feel like I'm going to need infantry to break through some of these defensive positions. Armor is really not going to help too much break through all these defensive lines. So I'm going to need those troops. So now I can upgrade this bomber. It also gives me the ability to upgrade 2 of my tank Panzer 3Js, that is, to the longer barrel Panzer 3J, which again helps with its heart attack. Also gives a little bit of anti-air defense. I'm not really sure what the difference would be that it would give them that, but it also gives them a little bit more initiative. So yeah, I can go ahead and upgrade 2 of my Panzer 4Js. And I'm half tempted to take away one of these infantry units to be able to upgrade the other 2. No, I will keep those the way they are. Okay, so let's go ahead and start deploying. Now I'm gonna go ahead and deploy my pioneers here in the north. We're definitely gonna need them there. Is that a pioneer unit? Yeah, so they have engineers there as well. I'll deploy one of them, I guess, down here in the south then, if they have some Italian engineers up there. Actually, we'll deploy my grenadiers down in the south. And just use my Warmock infantry here in the north. Oh, nope. There we go. I'm gonna mass all my armor here in the south for a sweeping push from the south. Most of my artillery will be here in the north. I'll use my mobile artillery here in the south. And we'll deploy my air force all along the lines here. I think I actually have more air force than I can actually deploy, maybe. No, I think I'll be okay. I can deploy it all. No. Yeah, I'll deploy my strategic bomber in the north. There's a lot more defensive lines that need to be broken in the north than there are the south, so they're going to be much more needed up there. And where is my hero? What was my hero again? I won't assign him to this. Did I already? I guess I already assigned them. Oh, crap. What did I do? Oh, that's right. He was assigned to one of my fighter units. We'll assign him to this guy. Oh, no, no, no. Okay. Well, now where to go? There it is. Oh no! What'd I do? Oh no, crap. Can I undo that? Okay, so I can. What did I do? Okay, so now we're good. Thank God I can undo that. Alright, and that is going to be my deployment. Alright. So a little bit of backstory before we go ahead and get into this. We're going to be the first to move, so I have a moment. Now, like I said in the last part, the British, Rommel ends up retreating all the way back to El Alagala, where he holds up. The British take all that ground. If you remember the first episode we played here in the North African campaign, we took like Benghazi and such so forth. The British ends up taking all those positions back, and then as they're moving in on Rommel at El Alagala, Rommel then counters himself and begins amassing attack, which then pushes the British all the way back. See, I thought that's actually what we were going to play here, but like I said, they sort of skip ahead, and the British lines end up reforming near Gazala. It's sort of a sweeping, sort of a L-shaped formation where it comes down and then across the desert, protecting Tobruk. Again, which of course is Rommel's main goal. Tobruk is heavily needed in order to supply Rommel's advance across the frontier into Egypt, so he needs to be able to take Tobruk. Now, Rommel's plan for Gazala is to hold down this. Now, I have German infantry up here, but it really, this area was really just held in check by the Italians, and Rommel's plan, as they said in the briefing, is to sweep northwards with the 21st, the 15th, and the 90th Light Panzer Division that we've talked about in the previous few episodes. So that is where we stand as we move in to begin this battle. And begin the battle we shall. So let's start clearing out these minefields. Germans did experience a lot of minefields as they advanced forward in this campaign. We'll go ahead and start sweeping southward. Ooh, what is that? I'm not taking that many losses. No way. A little gamey, but being able to reverse time like that, but it's okay. I'm not going to take that many losses. Especially against an armored car. Alright, I'll start pounding Bir Hakim, where the French Free Forces actually took up positions. Most of my armor I'm going to sort of sweep around south here. Hit him with that. Hit that unit as well. Sweep up around this anti-tank gun. And get him to surrender. There we go. So, pretty successful first turn here. Took out that armored car. Sweeping south with most of my armor. Now we can move up and begin to assault these heavily fortified positions. Go ahead and take out that minefield. There we go. Ooh, boy. Hit that anti-aircraft gun with my Stuka. Oh, this is my... That's the one problem with now having a 109 as a scout plane. I thought he was a... not gonna attack, but I thought he was one of my regular 109s. Oh, wow. So I'm really not expecting too much of a actual push up here in the north. Oh wow, they're really gonna give me a time here, aren't they? I know the odds aren't in my favor, but I'm gonna hit them anyway. Yeah, God, I was hoping for better results. Ooh, so that scout plane did reveal some heavy armor presence with the very new M3 Grants supplied by the Americans. I believe the British had about 200 of these for this battle. Now the British would eventually lose heavily in this battle. I probably should have kept my 88, maybe. Ooh, ow. Is that a... Oh, it's Vickers anti-aircraft gun. Oh god. Okay, well, I mean, if they're gonna focus all their attention on that guy, that's fine. Wow. Oh wow. I even upgraded my Air Force. That's unfortunate. I'm probably not going to be as talkative historically in this battle because I actually don't know a whole lot of this battle. I know some of the basics, but I'm not very well versed in this battle as I have been other battles previously. Alright, trading blows. Let me go ahead and replace my losses. I guess I can only replace him in the south. That's weird. And you know what? I had better luck with my Storch. I'm just gonna replace him with the Storch. Wow, they got pushed back. Something fierce. Alright. Are my fighters able to get up there? Oh, that's my new one. To support. Alright. Let's see what happens. That's not terrible. Not as good as I would have hoped, but not terrible. I'm gonna keep pounding this fortification. I'm actually making some pretty decent progress here as we force them to retreat. How is that giving them additional help? That's weird. Oh, we get them to surrender. Go ahead and attack that position. Move that armored car just to keep them in position. Last thing I want is them moving on the flanks of my advancing southern forces. Oh, wow. That's my new tank. Go ahead and replace these guys. And we'll keep pounding that Stewart. There we go. And that will be it for turn 2. Now, the Germans did take... it wasn't as smooth going as you would think, although they did sort of surprise them by doing this big sweeping southern maneuver. Like I said, it really wasn't so much smooth going. Oh wow, I left them out there, my Stukas that is, with no air support. They especially took a lot of resistance there, especially from the Free French forces in Bir Hakeim, and as the British tried to flank south and sort of support their southern forces. There was breakouts all over the place, and eventually the Germans would take up defensive positions at a location known as the Cauldron there in the south, as they waited for supply lines to open up. Because once again, like I said, the common theme of the North African campaign for Rommel was this idea of always constantly running out of supply, and this would be no different in the end. Alright, so I get up behind him there. Take on their Crusaders. Alright, and we're gonna go ahead and pound him with artillery. Still 5 for 5, so I don't think I'm gonna mess around just yet with that. Let me go ahead and move my fighters in. Probably should have waited for support on what I was doing. He's almost taken care of, so I'm gonna go ahead and take down that Kitty Hawk. We have enemies all over our lines. Oh, look at that. We're starting to break through the British lines here in the north. Alright, we're actually into British lines here in the north. Go ahead and move up my artillery for supporting fire. And I think all I'll do with this Air Force up here in the north is refit them. Let me go ahead and see what they have in my rear. So they still have those Grants in position. We didn't take down this Kitty Hawk. Let me go ahead and take him down. Just start whittling away at their Air Force. And I just realized I haven't moved in. Just go ahead and try and take out some of these mines, I guess. I don't want to go 5 for 5 with those French forces. Surrender? Yeah, we got him to surrender. Alright, get that. There we go. Got him to surrender. Well, I guess not surrender, but took him out. And we'll go ahead and just refit these Italian engineers. Alright, so there we go. Nothing else I can do. It looks like I could attack this 2-pounder. Why not? We'll take some artillery fire though. But we do some damage. I could care less if they keep using their fighters to attack my recon plane. It's only 50 prestige, I can afford to do that each turn, I think. So the more they want to do that, have at it. I'll just keep bringing in recon planes. If it takes some pressure off my Air Force while I dwindle theirs away. I think I'm making actually better gains in the north than I am the south. At least that's the way it seems. Alright, this must have triggered them to move their tank forces forward. There we go. Alright, so go ahead and start massing on that Grant. Oh man, really? I think I should go after this bomber with him. Try and break that infantry there in the middle. Alright, we broke that infantry. Good. Alright, so we're starting to push through here in the north. In the south, we're making gains, but we haven't quite broken the enemy. One last push should break through here. Really, Stu? 5 for 5? I don't want to... I did say the French forces, Free French there, really gave the British a run, I mean the Germans a run for their money, but I wasn't expecting all that. Come on. Oh, jeez. Come on. Die. Let me get the overrun. Alright. I think that's all my moves for this turn. Okay. So we actually, I just realized we actually have bonus objectives that we could take in this battle. which are down here on the east of the map. And those Italian units got wrecked. Ooh, Grant took the high ground there. But we'll use my Air Force to sort of make him regret taking the high ground. Get him back up to full strength. We'll go ahead and get both these guys back up to full strength. Take out that Grant. Hopefully. No? Really? Really? Thank you. Hopefully take out this Stewart. Go ahead and take out this. Alright, finally. Some better odds against those free French forces. Now, technically, they're operating in my rear, though. So what I'll do is I'll move that guy down. Alright, artillery will turn their sights on that unit, but they're getting some heavy support. Most of my fighters are pretty well damaged at this point. Did I lose another fighter? Oh, you know what I didn't get? I didn't replace my... I only see 3 fighters. Where's my other fighter? I got one there, one there. Oh, okay. I had moved him forward. Oh, that's right, to defend that Stuka just in case. How is he cut off? I don't know. I'll just go ahead and replace them. Again, sort of being gamey there, but oh well. And we won't attack Knightsbridge just yet. And we still have this, but we'll go ahead and reinforce him. Reinforce him as well. Alright, there we go. So like I said, the Germans would eventually take up defensive positions just south of Knightsbridge, in an area known as the Cauldron. The British attempted to break them out, sending massive aerial assaults as well as ground assaults out. Eventually Rommel was able to break through the minefields, which would supply his forces in the defensive positions there. And eventually they would withdraw east and meet up with the Italian forces near Gazala and break the British lines there. This would send the 13th and 30th Corps retreating back across to Egypt, leaving the 2nd South African forces in Tobruk to hold Tobruk by themselves. Once again, allowing themselves to be sieged. Grenadiers took some massive casualties there. Not sure why that Grant would come down off the high ground, but I will take it. Alright, now that my Air Force is pretty much back to full strength, I will send them out against the British Air Force. Probably going to take all 3 of these guys to take down this Spitfire, or Hurricane, sorry. Down to 2, and this guy should finish him off. There we go. That should leave us free to, for the most part. Okay, what happened to the other tank? Wasn't there another tank down here? Ew. I lost track of the tank. Great. Assuming maybe not. I guess maybe we destroyed it. I guess that's what we'll go with. Alright. Alright, and end that tank. Or not. Oh, come on. There we go. Free French are finally destroyed. Alright, we forced them backwards, that's good. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and probably take the casualties here. It's just the Italian engineers though. They actually didn't do too bad. We've almost broken the entire Gazala line here. We're advancing on Knightsbridge, and we are winning out here in the desert. Only a few British tank forces left to take, but we are approaching the end of this episode. So we'll pick up, continue the Battle of Gazala in the next episode. So thank you all for watching. This is General History signing off, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.